Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30. Needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline. Breaks the third tackle. Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle. Sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown! No greater redemption!
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom! What is going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew, and guys, we are here. We got a very special guest today. We're going to be joined by our resident GM, Tony, in a few minutes as well. But today, we have the man over here. Man, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and start with a round of applause, man. My man, John Chapman. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Let's go, baby. Huh? That's what I'm talking about.
I love it, man. I feel a little welcomed. And I love that the pick of the stick, you know, my favorite 49ers player ever is Navarro Bowman. And so, like, that was just like, even the picture you posted of me and you hanging out today, I'm wearing my Bowman black jersey, which is my number one jersey I own.
I love it, man. I like that your favorite player is a defensive player. So is mine. You would think with like the Super Bowls and the great quarterbacks and the great wide receivers, like it would be one of those, like even some of the, like my guy's Bryant Young, right? It's like what draws us to those defensive guys, right? Like those heart and soul guys, like that. Oh man, but it's all good, man. John, how are you doing, man? What's going on with you? Shout out to everybody that's watching on all the channels. If you guys are over on the 49ers Rush podcast channel, please make sure you guys subscribe over here also at Nothing But Niners. If you're on the Nothing But Niners channel, reverse it, man. Go over and subscribe to the 49ers Rush podcast channel as well. My man John Chapman is putting in crazy work over there, and make sure you guys don't miss a single second of it. But John, man, what's going on with you? What's new? What you working on? You always got something up your sleeve over there. I want to hear all about it.
Man, things are good. So we just finished our draft book last week, which, you know, we did 343 players this year, profiles, all, you know, watching film on all those guys blurs out. But once we get that in, then the hay is in the barn. So now it's just kind of like, you know, you got to get it breathe. You've done the work, and shout out to the community because they will always ask me a question, and I'm like, who the hell is that? And I'm like, I did 343 players, and this wasn't one of them. So let me go back and do some more. So that's fun. But so our draft research is kind of relatively complete. We're still watching film and whatnot. But then we got an awesome draft party that we're throwing in the city if you're in San Francisco. We're going to be together days 1 and day 2 of the NFL draft with Diamondor Lenoir's coming out, which is very, very thankful.
Wait.
Another new favorite player, right? Like,
yes,
the hyena
to the top of the charts with a bullet, man. He's so dope. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just got excited. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm excited too. So anyway, if y'all want to come out, tickets are available. It is a paid event. It's only $20 right now. Prices will go up next week. So if you want to go, please do not wait. Just go to 49ersRushRoadTrip.com. $20. And if you want to meet and greet, autograph, and all that stuff, those options are available. Days 1 and day 2, kids get in free with any ticketed adult. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. Just, you know, Mike, one of my favorite things is that, man, we have partied, I think, in like 4 or 5 separate cities across these states, which is so cool. And just getting people together, the faithful around the 49ers, it's like a religious experience for me, man. And so I'm excited about this next week.
It is, man. You never really know how far your reach is when you're doing these podcasts and things like that until you show up to one of the Chapman events, right? Like, then it's like, oh, Mike, I've been watching you for 6 years. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, there's people like all different ages. I mean, it is just incredible, man. You guys, it is such an experience. Make sure you see the website right below us, man. 49ersRushRoadTrip.com. I hope I put that all in there the right way, right?
Perfect. That's perfect.
Okay, yeah, 49ersRushRoadTrip.com. You guys make sure you get over there and just stay in tune with that page all year long, man. I mean, I'm not kidding, guys. This is going to be a really, really good event, man. I don't want to know the secret sauce, but here's what I do want to know, man. Did you see
Fire away,
his
man.
post? Did you see his post recently about his top wide receivers? This is why he is quickly becoming the fan favorite. I don't even have it pulled up over here because I wasn't planning on talking about it, but it's pretty cool because this guy, I mean, hold on. Now I got to find it. Hold on. I got to find it. Top receivers.
I'm surprised my name wasn't on there because it was a bunch of guys like John Chapman that he mentioned as toughest to cover. You know what I mean? And so, but that's Demo, right? Like he waited until he arrived and then he started chirping and he is not going to stop. And I love that because that will force him to always put up or shut up. And I don't think he's going to shut up. I think that the best football for Diamador Lenore is ahead of him. And I could not be more excited. And like, here's another thing that I'm super pumped about with Demo. I mean, he's the freaking hyena. Like that is not a normal like nickname. Like he's the hyena.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Like you hear people talk about, oh, he got that dog in him, right? But I want you guys to understand the different type of breed. The canine, the hyena is like this is just different. I mean, the most powerful jaws, the bite force. I mean, don't even get me started, man. I grew up, I was an Animal Planet junkie when I was young. It was like one of the things that I used to watch, like falling asleep, and I'm having nightmares about lizards, and I couldn't figure it out. That's probably why I hate reptiles to this day, right? But it's like, but that kind of stuff was always incredible to me, and I loved animals that hunted in packs. So wolves, hyenas, like that was kind of like my thing. So it was really, really cool to see it, man. And shout out to everybody out there in the chat. I want to give you guys a round of applause as well. You guys are getting busy already, man. Holy smokes. This chat is on fire. Too many people to name. Callie's got it right, man. Chapman's parties are legit. They are, man. They are. I mean, he goes hard the night before and the day of the games. We're out in the parking lot pimping, man, having a good time. I mean, it's always a lot of fun. So Demo, I got his post here. Actually, I do want to share it. This was actually pretty funny. All right, so this is it. This is what I got here. Hold on. All right, I see the StreamYard thing. They make you click it, they make you share it, and then they make you come back and then share it again. Then you got to change your layout. All right, so this is what we got here. I don't know if you guys can see that over here. All right, so this was from
love it, man.
This is the post here. Hold on. There it is right there. Best wide receivers in the league I've faced in my 4-year career. Cody Cleary, Carter, Kyle's son, Finding G Memo. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be said Memo, but I don't know. I see Memo. The rest of y'all, this is the fire part about it though. This is the best part of it. Come on, let me scroll. It's not letting me scroll. Oh no, it's not letting me scroll. It's not gonna let me do it. All right. The rest of y'all, free smoke. Come get this work, baby. Like, this is the kind of confidence I've been dying for a 49ers player. I don't care the position. Any player. This is the passion I want to see. He did it all last year leading into the season. He backed it up during the season, and here he is doubling down on it. This is what I want to see.
Oh, come on, my favorite Demo moment is whenever DK got traded. And he jumped on and was like making fun of. He's like, "Who else am I going to play against?" And he did his Jackson Smith and Jigba in person. They're holding me. Like I love that, man. Division rival talking trash. I freaking love it, man. Number 2. I already got my jersey for the year. I'm repping number 2. That's what's happening, man.
Absolutely. It gets me fired up, man, and I absolutely love to see it. And I'm hoping for more dogs, man. That's what this draft is all about. And, John, that's going to go ahead and take us to the next part of this, man. So if you guys don't know already, John is here. He is going to be the GM. I'm just going to run the draft simulator. I'm going to ask some questions about these players, ask maybe why he passed on some guys, maybe why he didn't. And we're going to have some fun here. I've been seeing mock drafts all over the place, and I personally avoid getting mock drafted out or mock draft out. I avoid
It gets
doing
exhausting.
too many mock drafts, right? And so on Wednesdays I do them with Wayne, and we have involve the fans, and we alternate picks. We do no trades and all that. I want you to do this how you would do this on game day. So
this
on
is
draft
me,
day.
not what Kyle wants. This is John Chapman.
This is what you would want to do.
Get ready for
the
some old line
49ers, though.
picks.
But for the 49ers, okay? So this is what I want to see. I want to see your thoughts. I want you to explain why. I'm going to ask some questions. We're going to have some fun. And again, Tony's going to jump in here in a little bit. And so we'll pop him in so we can ask some questions as well. And we're just going to rock like that because everyone's going to do it their own way. Now, before we get started, you just said something really interesting. You said, not what Kyle wants. I don't want you to go into what you want. Let's just stick right there. What do you think Kyle wants to do? And is it more about Kyle or is it more about Lynch? Like, how do you see it right now?
I think that Kyle has set up a blueprint of what he wants. And remember, like, who hired whom? I think I did the indirect object correct there. Like, Shanahan's the one that brought everybody under the umbrella. And if Shanahan wants something, I think that he gets it. Now, the one thing, and probably one of my favorite things about Kyle Shanahan was way back when he was the OC at Houston under Kubiak, and they had the number one overall pick, and they went, position coach by position coach. This is when Charlie Casserly was there, and they asked everybody, Mario Williams or Reggie Bush, if you guys remember that draft, and they went coach by coach, and everybody had to pick. Now, Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator. They get to him, and he says, Mario Williams. Like, I do believe that Kyle Shanahan views the defensive line as the premium way to build in the NFL. And you can go back to the starting 2017 49ers, right? I mean, it's just D-line, 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 D-line. There's major issues on the D-line. You have one player that is a qualified starter on your roster at the defensive line. That's Nicholas Bosa. Outside of that, it's just a bunch of guys. And hopefully some of those young bucks spring into something. But it is a red alert area. And, again, if I go to who I think the 49ers want to pick, it would be defensive line. I personally don't think that the value in this draft outside of Abdul Carter and Mason Graham matches that at the 11th pick. I think offensive line is the strength of this draft at that section. The strength later on, D-line and edge, you can get, I think, second, third, fourth rounds.
Okay. All right. And that would explain. So maybe, you might have just changed a little bit of my perspective.
Uh-oh.
I have held this grudge against Chris Kocurek for the longest time. I felt like he is, man, I don't want to offend anybody, but I kind of feel like he's overrated, John. I feel like he's a little bit overrated, right?
Agree.
I felt like we have just thrown the highest paid free agent we get, defensive lineman, right? The earliest draft picks, defensive lineman, right? Like, just consistently. Now, last year, obviously, no defensive lineman, which shocked everybody, right? Like, I couldn't believe. I was like, is this draft over? Are we sure we're done? We don't have any more picks left? No defensive lineman last year. First time ever, right? But if it's not the first pick, it's the second pick. And they just throw bodies at it. We didn't have a first-round pick. We didn't have a early second-round pick. But our first pick after that, Drake Jackson, boom. Like, the first pick we could make, defensive lineman. It's like they just invested so much into this position group all the time. Free agents, undrafted free agents, drafted players, right? We're trading for guys, right? I mean, we have thrown everything at this defensive line, and it's like, are they good because of Chris Kocurek, or are they just throwing that many bodies at it? I want to get your thoughts on it, because now you're making me think maybe it's more Kyle's mindset.
I like Kocurek, and whenever I'm out at the practices and stuff, I absolutely love how hard he works and the energy, and even at the games you could see it. Like, I respect the hell out of guys that are that passionate and bring that much to work every day. I love that. I like Chris Kocurek. I like his philosophies. I don't have a problem with it. It's who has he developed? Who has improved with him? That's where I'm just like, you got to go DJ Jones, maybe Arden Key. Outside of that, like, who you're giving them great players, but everybody's defensive line is better elsewhere. Like, Javon Hargrave, great everywhere he's been till he got here, right? Javon Kinlaw leaves. Not the best year, but I do think that his best football was away from here. Charles Omenihu, before he got injured, man, he was balling out. Arden Key is probably the guy that you have to hang your hat on And so it's just like, man, you've got all these resources. Like, where's the fruit of what it is you bring? And I'm not saying I want him fired or anything like that. I'm just saying for a long time, we're like, dude, this guy should be a defensive coordinator. He's the Niners' best kept secret. And I'm just like, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, people were trying to say, oh, Hurst had a good year and all that. What's the guy's name that went from Seattle to us, back to Seattle again? Hyder.
Oh, Kerry Hyder.
Hyder? Yeah,
Kerry
right?
Hyder.
And it's like, oh, he got this guy. Here's the difference, though.
I love Kerry Hyder.
The people – no problem with any of these players. I'm not here to down talk any of these players, right? But why couldn't he make anybody that wasn't a rotational player appear better? Were they good because of fresh legs, right? Because that's what the question is with a lot of these Georgia guys, right? A lot of these Georgia guys, like, were they good because of the constant rotation on that defensive line or what? I think that it's easier to get production from veteran players or experienced players if they're only rotational. I want a good starting defensive line. And I know it's a completely different system, but when we had Ian Williams in the middle, and then we had Justin Smith on one side, and was it not Sopa? What's the guy's name? Who was on the other side of Ian Williams?
I'm going to miss this one. You had Ray McDonald there for a little while.
McDonald was Ray McDonald. That's who it was. That's what But you go out there and you get those guys, right? That defensive line was always good. It was always good. In fact, Fangio hated rotating guys. He wanted to keep those guys out there. They played more snaps than they ever played. They got tired of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was pretty cool to me to see a healthy line, and you knew what you were going to get down and down out. Now, again, completely different system. Tony, give me a thumbs up when you're ready down there. Completely different system and all. But it's like, who has he actually developed? And I just haven't seen it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we got our resident GM, Tony. He is in the building as well.
Love it, man. Tony,
what's going on? What's up, John? How you doing?
I'll give you guys the floor so you can talk to.
I'm with Mike and Tony and Nothing But Niners. This is awesome. This is why we do what we do, man. So first, I just want to say thank you to both of you guys for what you do for the community and just all the content y'all put out. And I'm just excited to be here, man. I'm like a little kid right now.
No, this is going to be a lot of fun. Tony, man, we were just talking about this epiphany John just laid upon me, man. He thinks that Kyle values a defensive line more. And here's the other thing. Here's another reason I never even thought Kyle, because I remember John Lynch's Hall of Fame speech, right? He says, I couldn't have done anything without the big guys up front. So I'm thinking it's John Lynch's mindset.
I think that there's like a Venn diagram somewhere, right? Where it's like Lynch and Shanahan in the middle. It's build through the defensive line. I do think it's a both and not an either or in this situation.
Gotcha. All right. So I think we all agree that we would like to see Kocurek develop some players a little bit more. That energy he brings, that passion he coaches with and all that, right? Like, that's undeniable. But I think that we all agree that we want to see him develop some guys. I think that the grooming tree is a little off when it gets to that department. And like you said, man, watching Kinlaw last year, I came on the show early. Hey, if he makes his way back to this 49ers roster, I wouldn't be mad about it. I mean, I don't know. So
a lot of fans make up their mind on players, and that's 100% normal. That's what fandom is, right? And so, should fans have been upset with the production that you got out of Javon Kinlaw with the injuries? Yeah, you should be upset, but don't let that take away from the quality of play. Like, dude just got $15 million a year. Did he get overpaid? Sure, but like every single team, all 32 teams are better with Javon Kinlaw on your roster than without it. And so, like, people are like, no, don't bring him back. And I'm just like, well, hold on. Like, that was kind of and I get fans. There's nothing wrong with that. Be passionate. I love the passion. I just think it was a little misguided.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Tony, man, are you ready? Are you guys ready for this draft now? Are we ready to jump in?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it, man. I'm ready
All right,
to go.
So one thing that you missed, Tony, we're going to get to the super chat that's here really quick also, but one thing that you missed, we are doing this draft based off of what John would do, not what he thinks the team or Kyle wants. We're going to do this one based off of how John would fix the 49ers in this draft.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. I'm gonna pop Tony up here. That's what we want to see, man. That's what we want to see. Skywalker's got the first super chat of the night here. We're going to go with the little ching ching. He says, I didn't hear my. There it is. Okay. He says, my gut feeling is the Niners are going to draft a player we all least expected. Get ready. I think this is a safe take. I think this happens every single season, right? I mean, the Joe Williams thing caught me way off guard. I had to bring it up because you put the tweet out there. I wanted to, you put the X or whatever you want to call it, right? And it's like, who's the most disappointing? Was it Trey Lance or this guy? I'm like, Joe fucking Williams. What running back didn't get burned in the 49er system? And this was Kyle's guy. That's more disappointing to me than Trey Lance even, right? Like maybe I might be exaggerating a little. I think when you consider what they gave up for Trey Lance, you become more disappointed. But as far as players and production or lack of, it's got to be Joe Williams, right?
The reason why I didn't include him was because he was a fourth, and you only get 4 options because I typed Joe Williams in first. Like, that was the first name I typed in. And then I was like, no, let's go in sequential order for how they were picked and in what order and all that stuff. So then I was like, all right, Solomon Thomas, Reuben Foster, Joe Williams, Trey Lance. And then I was like, dude, I got to put the kicker on here. I was anti-kicker. I still am. But anyway, Joe Williams. I remember going to training camp right after they picked Joe Williams. And the dude just sat in the back of the running back line and wouldn't even go through drills. He was healthy. He did all the warm-ups, everything. He'd go through the line once, and then he'd push Matt Breida and other people in front of him just through, like, the walk-through, like, easy running back drills. And I'm just like, dude, this guy does not want to be here at all. Yeah. And I was like, he doesn't want to play. And sure enough, 0 carries, for the 49ers in the NFL. But I remember being at training camp going, dude, this guy doesn't want to be here.
The sad thing though, if he locked in, that kid was talented. Like what he did on Levi's Field in that what game was that? Was that I forgot, but he exploded on that field, like legit, like one cut downhill. That's what they saw. That's what they took a shot on. It didn't work, but I mean, you saw why they did it. But obviously, the off the field shit and his makeup ruined it. He just didn't have that fun.
John Lynch had to feel vindicated because John Lynch admitted before they let him go, he was not on our board at all. But Kyle said this was someone he really wanted, and he wanted to get it. So I mean, John Lynch probably watching what John. I've never heard anyone say that before. That he was pushing people in front of him to go do the drills.
I was laughing. I was as a coach, like you could tell guys that want to be there. Like you could tell if you've been around coaching and practicing and all that stuff. Like you could tell.
But how isn't Bobby Turner saying get your ass out? Like what is he doing? Like what he was just sitting back, just letting it happen. Like what are you doing? Like you got to watch. Here's number 22 again. Here's number 21. Like here's number 38. Like what? No one's saying, hey, you. I don't even remember what number you wore. 44, 45. I don't remember. But get you're not doing anything. Like what are we talking about here? All right. I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and get to this draft. We have kept the viewers waiting long enough. Let's see what this looks like when we add it here. Let's see if you guys can see that clearly. All right, and what I'm gonna do now for what's the word called when like contrast? Is it contrast sake? I'm gonna make it black. Ooh. Hopefully, it's easier for you guys to see there. Hopefully that works out. Okay. Now, John, you got to let me know. What does this random here mean? How high should we put this?
Man, I've left it there. If you want predictable, kind of keep it there. If you want insane and like Abdul Carter falling to 8 and stuff like that, you can bump it all the way up. But and now you cannot adjust the speed. So I always recommend putting it in the middle. Otherwise, we're going to be here a while, which isn't a bad thing. I'm excited to be with you guys. So I'm just happy to be here.
We'll bump that up to the middle there. All right. And then what we'll do is we're going to go down here and select the 49ers. Now, I took a couple practice runs on this here. And let me tell you what I did the first time. Once I clicked the position group, I couldn't find anyone else. I forgot to go back to all. And I'm like, why? What am I doing here? Now, fortunately, there's no one after me, or a clock, so I didn't have to rush or anything like that. But I was like, what? Where's everyone else at? I forgot to take the position group back and go to all. So
I think you just did the first round there. You might need to go back.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot to do all rounds. See, look at that, guys. I'm a newbie. But John is here to keep me on my toes here. All right, so we're going to select the 49ers. And then we have to go to all
7
rounds. Hold on.
Right. It's right above the speed. Okay. There it is. Yep. Yeah. Boom. Oh, this is going to be fun.
All right, man. Here we go. Now, again, this is all trades. You do this how you want to do this, all right? Tony and I are just here to talk about what players are where and who's doing what, all right? Now, before we hit start, do you want to trade up? Because I think I need to know that.
I do not. The only place that I would trade up is maybe to 9. If Mason Graham fell, that's about it. And even then, I don't like it. So
all right. So I hit pause already.
Abdul Carter's
like that.
gone.
All right. We're at now. By the way, I hit play and pause immediately just to see how fast it was going to go.
It goes quick.
So Mason Graham is still there. I'm going to hit play and I'm going to hit pause again immediately, and hopefully it's only another 4 picks.
This is fun. You must have played that track and field with the Nintendo pad when you were a kid.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, Mason Graham's gone. So I'm not. There's nobody that I would want to trade up for. He went 5, which is where he should go.
All right, so we're going to hit play here, see how the rest of it plays out, and we are officially on the clock. I cannot wait to see how you do this. I got a feeling I know where you're going to go.
So the big board, which I do like I like the way that this board has fallen. I think this is relatively predictable, right? Like I would not be shocked if it's like this. You got Tyler Warren, Will Johnson, Kelvin Banks, Colston Loveland, Jahdae Barron are kind of the guys at the top. Now, can we scroll down just a little bit? It says, Ben says, drinks on me if you get Banks. I'm high on Banks. I really, really am. But I want to see who else is out there because, and shout out to Stick to the Model, because when they first came out with their rankings, Kelvin Banks was in the 20s. And he jumped up. Mikael Williams, Shamar Stewart, Jahad Campbell, Matthew Golden, Mike Green. A lot of guys, Josh Simmons there. But here's my take, okay? I have a couple like draft axioms that I believe in. Quarterbacks, edge players, and offensive tackles get pushed up every single year in the draft. If you look at 2023 and 2024, the last 2 years, the number 11 pick was the 3rd offensive tackle. Last 2 drafts, like stacked. I think that there is value in that. I do not find the value in this draft at edge or defensive tackle at the 11th pick. I just do not. Mike Green's close, but you've got the other stuff going with that.
It's funny you say that. If we were to take a tackle here at 11, it would be the 3rd guy again.
3 years in a row, right? Like almost like There's some things that teams believe in. Now, this is the difference between me and Kyle Shanahan. Now, did they invite Kelvin Banks in? Have they met with him several times? Yes. I don't think Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch want to go offensive line. I think edge or defensive tackle is what they want. If I was predicting this pick for Kyle, I would go Mikael Williams. But this is a John Chapman draft, and I want an offensive tackle. If you look at this roster, how long will Trent play? Last year of, McKivitz's deal, whenever Kelvin Banks Jr. was at the combine, they asked him, have you met with the 49ers? He said, yeah. What did they ask you? He said, they asked me if I could play right tackle. Like, that fits for me. And I think that's so. If John Chapman was picking here, Kelvin Banks Jr., I think he is the best blocker in space, not only this year, but the last 2 years combined. I am much higher on him. He's my 10th overall player in this draft. I think that he fits because the ceiling is there and it's a perfect scheme matchup.
Is this the official pick?
It's the official pick. I'm going Kelvin Banks. I want to know y'all's thought because I know I'm higher on him than most. But man, I really like this kid.
So Tony and I actually had a discussion about this young man earlier today. So Tony, I'm going to give you the floor, and this is why I wanted to make sure that you were on for this, so you guys can bounce some thoughts off of each other. The pick is in. I'm going to select it after you guys have the discussion because I don't want it to speed past anything that if John wants to trade. So I'm going to keep my eyes on that also. But you guys have your discussion here, and then I'll make the pick afterwards.
I like Banks, but my thing is this, John, and we know how decimated our defensive line is, right? If the 49ers season started tomorrow, they can feel the starting 5 on their offensive line. They can't they can't feel the starting 4 with their defensive line because if they do, they're going to get gassed. A team won't even have to pass the ball because they're just going to run it right down their throat. If our defensive line was better, I could see this pick going tackle here, investing in the future for Trent. Do you think he could transition to the right side?
Yeah, Kelvin Banks, yes, I do. I have no problem with that. I think that he would start right tackle pretty early on. Worst case is he starts left guard, but I want him at right tackle personally, and then allow Ben Barch. And to be honest with you, like if I was in charge, I would be drafting an interior offensive lineman and an offensive tackle in this draft. Like, I love the fourth round,
I agree with
fifth
that.
round where you kick somebody in, personally.
So would you slide McKivitz to left guard?
I would allow him to compete there. I wouldn't mind if he ended up as a swing tackle. His salary kind of dictates that. But yeah, if I have no problem with Colton McKivitz being the left guard. I really, really don't. He's played on the left side. When you go back to Colton McKivitz West Virginia tape, he was a 4-year starter at left tackle. So he can play on the left side. His anchor is questionable, and that's the number one concern you have whenever you kick guys in. Can they anchor, and do they have the quick twitch reset? He has that. The anchor, not so much, but he is a quality run blocker, and I think he would be a huge upgrade over what we saw last year with Aaron Banks. So, but I'm fortifying these 2 tackle spots, and worst comes to worst, let's say Trent retires next year, Colton goes and gets paid. We at least have 1 foundational tackle on this roster moving forward instead of 0, which we are very near. Could you imagine going into next year without a left or right tackle?
And that's my next question to you, because I'm on the thought process right now. My mind is saying, because I'm starting to get the Joe Staley, Trent Williams thing, part 2 feeling. I'm not 100% sold that Trent Williams is coming back. So we were talking about this, like, Mike. I'm telling you now, if they go tackle at 11, expect the corresponding move of the announcement of Trent Williams. That's the way I look at it.
And we didn't find out about Joe till day 2.
Yeah,
right.
Because, that's when they traded for him. They traded for Trent on day 2 because it was a 3rd rounder. It was a 5th that year and a 3rd the following year. But, John Lynch said the same things at the podium. Oh, he's working out. As far as you know, he's ready to come back. And I just get the feeling that if Trent's not 100% and he can't play to his ability and the way he plays, I don't think Trent is going to play. And, listen to other podcasts. I'll give everyone credit because words due what's due. Trent Williams has been very quiet this year. No tweets, no posting on Instagram, social media is nothing. It's just an odd thing. And I hope I'm wrong, but I see where you're going with this pick. It's an investment. It's a year 1 return. If Trent comes back and, if Trent moves on in 26, that's the heir apparent for Trent Williams.
All right, so I have a question then.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry. Now, if we're drafting Banks with the idea that he replaces Trent later, that means that we're right back in this again. So what I have pulled up here are the tackles that are on the board. Why not Simmons? Because if it weren't for the injury, I think he would be the top tackle coming out.
100%. He goes top 5, almost locked. He'd go ahead of Genty. He'd go ahead of Mason Graham. Like, he's that clean a player.
So with that in mind, if you're saying that we're taking Banks because he can play right for 1 year, maybe 2 if Trent stays that long, and then can kick over to left, if that's the mindset, why not get Simmons, who you can hold and would be a better left tackle than Banks in year 2? And
it's a big if on that injury. Patella tear is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know he's going to be all right. Now he's already moving, he's already doing some whatever. That's great. But man, you got Drake. You already have a patella tear in house that you can't get anything out of.
Yeah, that's
true. And 2 previous ones, right? With Richburg and I think McGlinchey too, right?
McGlinchey's dealing with it now. He didn't have it with us though, but he's dealing with it now. Yeah, so
that's hard. Now, one thing I will say is that he's young. And it seems like he's responding much better than Drake Jackson has. But for me, man, I want both. I want an immediate contributor. Like, I want somebody now. And so that's why I'm like, man, Kelvin Banks, dude, give me. Yeah, if Simmons was healthy, if he was healthy, he wouldn't be an option. If you trade back and get Simmons, I could stomach that. If he falls, how far he could be there at 4. I don't think he'll last to 43. I think he goes at the back end of the 20s, but I couldn't do it, man.
All right, we are going to go ahead and make this offensive tackle pick. All right, and then now, do you plan on trading in the 2nd round? Do I need to do the pause thing again?
The only thing, if you could pause around when first round ends, like in the 30s, 40s, like that area, I might jump up a couple spots, but I'm not paying drastic because I actually want more picks. I'm more likely to trade down in round 2 than I am to trade up in round 2.
All right, and there's 8 offers sitting on the board, and he says, "Screw those 8. Let's get our guy."
Yeah, I don't think. Here's another issue. I want to be as realistic as possible. I want to trade down from 11. I don't think other teams want to trade up. And so I want to balance this realistic whatever. And so that's why, like, I'll look at some trades next round. I just don't think it's going to happen in round one. Everybody's trying to get out. That's why I'm like, dude, let's make this real. Let's see what it is. Let's take the pick. Kelvin Banks Jr., he's worth the pick. Let's see what happens at the top of round 2.
All right, pick is in.
They coming off the board. Ooh.
They are going. Mike Green fell all the way to 22. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. All right. Oh, I was trying to time it with the last pick. All right. So
let's right there is perfect. Let's check the players that are available. If you click the players next to the draft up top, wow, Omari and Hampton's there, Luther Burden, Gray Zabel. Like, do we want to go interior offensive lineman and OT? No, I don't think that they would.
What? You don't think they? Well, because of the defensive line and how bad it is. By the way, this is my favorite corner in the entire draft. I don't know what it is about this kid, Azariah Thomas. I love this kid, man. I think he's going to be a stud in the NFL.
He's got a hell of a coach, Mike.
He does.
He's got a
they like
coach.
Florida. They got 2 Florida State guys last year, so like, why not keep adding to it? I'm not seeing anything I want to trade up for. Tony, Mike, is there anybody that you're just like, man, this would be worth losing a 4th round pick to jump up and get? There's a lot of guys I like here. There's nobody where I'm just like, ooh, Gray Zabel would be the guy, but I do not think, even as much as John Chapman would want to, draft him, put him at center, move on from the Jake Brendel experiments. Like, I would like that. I don't think that you don't have that luxury with letting the defense change and lose so many guys like you did and replace nobody. So
it's really early to go interior of the offensive line. I mean, just really, really early. Just in general, the interior of the offensive line is valued kind of like running backs. You're either the elite of the elite or you're a late day 2, early day 3 guy. That's just how they treat that position. And unfortunately, I think linebackers fall into that same little box. I think there's just so many of them that the NFL doesn't really value them the way that we might fall in love with those top guys, and then the rest of them can just wait. It doesn't mean you're not going to get good talent, but that's what you want to see teams hone in on late day 2 and then day 3. All right, so we're going to keep this thing going. If you want me to pause again, let me know.
Nope.
But we're coming up soon anyway, so here we go. All right,
we're rolling, man.
Let's go back to draft. All right, and we'll hit play.
There it is, man. A lot of guys gone.
We're on the clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love me some Donovan Jackson. He's just sitting there looking at us, man.
It's right.
I'm an Ohio State fan, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to sit back and watch and see how you cook here. I'm all for it. Let's go, man.
He's
this
so
is
good.
Great. Tony, what are you thinking right now?
No, I'm thinking like if we went defensive line. I mean, listen, I like the pick that John went with, but if we would have went defensive edge or defensive tackle at 11 or moved down from 11 and took a player, and you have that staring you in the face, that's almost like you're going straight to the podium and solidifying your left guard spot for the next 10 years, probably.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. But
he even gives you the versatility. He could slide out the tackle because he replaced Simmons when he went. So
I didn't like his tape at left tackle. Now, I will say this. He got better every single game.
Correct.
Like, I went back and watched his first game at left tackle, and you could tell frantic. Like, one of the best traits of Donovan Jackson is patience and confidence. When he first moved to left tackle, he didn't play with that, and it was like, ooh, a little panicky. But, man, 3, 4, 5 games in, he had 7 starts out there. By the end, it was like, dude, this guy could play left tackle. I don't think that's where he should be. But, again, man, we've seen it. 49ers have injuries all the time. So Donovan Jackson is a stud, man.
Now, you mentioned trading back here in the second round to accumulate a little bit more. There are 3 offers on the table right now.
Ooh.
Anything standing out to you? Now, one of them is going back just 4 picks. This one's going back less than that. This is only 3 picks.
The Carolina one. That one is intriguing.
Okay.
Carolina is so they would take 43. Wow. We'd fall back to 57. So it's a 14 spot drop, but you get 74. So we would have picked 74 and 75 in the 3rd round. I freaking love 3rd rounds. The strength of this draft is the 3rd round. So I'm entertaining that, and they're paying a premium. They even show you the value here on this. So
they do?
Yeah, the 115% over there.
Snap.
Yeah.
This site just went up even more in my eyes. Okay.
John, where did you find this site?
I found it because Brian Peacock of Locked On posted a mock draft, and I was like, hey, what? I was Tyro Biggles. You got any more of those mock draft simulators?
No, it's definitely better than the other ones. I'll tell you that. It's more realistic.
Yes, it is.
Sticktothemodel.com
like
for those of you watching, if you want to check it out. Solid. Very, very solid. So me personally, I want to go back to the players on the big board before we do this, if that's okay, because
Absolutely.
You just click off of it, and I think you could see the players or the X.
Where
or
do
whatever.
I click? Oh, close down at the bottom. All right, I see it. Okay. I'm being super cautious, guys. I don't want to mess anything up here. So, all right. So here we go. These are the players here again in order.
Landon Jack, I would go one of the defensive. TJ Sanders would probably be my pick. The defensive tackle. I am super high on him. I have a second-round grade. I love TJ Sanders. Alfred Collins, I have those. Like, that's what's crazy to me is I have second-round grades on TJ Sanders, Alfred Collins, Darius Alexander, and Tyleik Williams. So those 4 defensive tackles, I think they're all there. So the question is, can we fall back 14 and one of those guys still be there? I'm willing.
What's interesting is
do that.
You didn't say the name that a lot of people have been talking about lately, in Omar Norman Lott. You stepped right over him. Smooth, too. I mean, I like the way you did it. What are your thoughts on him? Because you didn't mention him. And I'm not holding it against you. You think he might be available maybe in third round maybe or something like that?
I have a third-round grade on Omar Norman Lott. And one, because I think that he is one of the best pass rushing defensive tackles in this draft. Like, he has that in spades. It's a perfect fit. You have it at Evan Anderson, who I really like, and I think is a building block that is a solid run defender. You pair him with Omar Norman Lott, you have a complete defensive end that can rotate through. A+++. The knee issues are a little bit Javon Kinlaw-esque. And so that is a little bit of a, that's there. Now, I had a third-round grade on him before the knee issues and all that stuff kind of came apparent. I think he's a good player, but those other guys that I mentioned, Collins, Sanders, Alexander, and Tyleik Williams, I just think are better players, like a full tier above, personally. And that's just my own personal preference. So me sitting here seeing all those guys, I'd be happy trading back and getting Omar Norman Lott at 75. Yes. But man, that Carolina trade, take 40, lose 43, drop down to 57 and pick up 74. I'm running that in. There's almost nobody that could be there besides a Derek Harmon, Walter Nolan, James Pierce, Mike Green, that I would not take that trade. I love this trade back. And I think this is a realistic option.
Here we go. Now, you got to let me know the pause range, if there is one, before our pick. Okay. There we go.
I got what I want, and there's plenty edge guys, like corner guys. I'm not concerned. The second round is good, and I like the second round, but I love the third round and the guys that are there. So I'm confident in the way that the board has been built that we're going to get guys that fit what we do.
All right. Now let's see if Carolina sticks with their needs. All right. Let's see what they do here.
Benjamin Morrison, corner.
Okay. All right. I'm going to hit play. Here we go.
High upside.
This is good.
Oh, man, we lost all of them. All of them went. All the defensive tackles went. And that's okay.
And look who's left on top. Look at
Omar Norman Lott. He's sitting there. Yeah. And so I'm not going to go defensive tackle here. Like, I love Omar Norman Lott, Josh Farmer. I love those guys. But I don't think that's worth the value of this pick. And because we traded back and because of the depth at defensive tackle, yeah, I would have loved one of those 4 guys to drop. They didn't. That's okay. I look at somebody like Elijah Arroyo, who I have a second-round grade on, who was amazing. There's value here. And I don't think the double trade back is very realistic. So I think that there's going to be guys here. So, Tony, I'm curious your thoughts on the board. Let's scroll through this a little bit. I want to see if there's anybody that jumps off for you. But I'm excited the value we're getting right now.
See, I agree with what you're saying. I like Omar Norman Lott, but I like Omar Norman Lott paired with a Kenneth Grant next to him. So you have, just like the old days, the Stubblefield, the big bruiser, the space eater. and then you have the explosion in Bryant Young playing next to each other, feeding off each other. I think if you pair him with a bigger one technique with the three technique, him as the three tech, I like the combination. But again, the knee is concerning. It's very concerning. As far as who's on the board, I mean, what's your thoughts on Farmer? I'm kind of like.
I like him a lot. Joshua Farmer, Florida State again. You guys are, we talked a lot about him. He has the prototypical bit. He's the Mikael Williams of defensive tackles. Like, he's how you build them. The length and all. Like, Trent Baalke would love this guy, right? It's production, what he could be. That's what's huge. First step, elite build, all those things. I do think the second round's too early for him. I think pick 75 is probably like his ceiling. They have him ranked 77, but little too early in the second round, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. I was just looking at who would be left potentially behind Lott as a defensive tackle to pick up. You still got CJ West from Indiana, who I really, really like.
Love CJ, man.
So
there's so many guys I like there. And so, like, here's the problem. Whenever I get to the second round every time, I'm like, I settle every time. There's not a second round pick where I'm like, hell yeah. And so that's one of the reasons why I trade back. And so now that we have that extra third round pick, which every single pick we make in the third round is going to be like, I love this pick. I love this pick. I love this pick. Second round every time is, I think that this works. And so that's why I like trading back. Elijah Arroyo, I have a second round grade on. Quinshaw Judkins, second round grade. Xavier Watts, second round grade. Caleb Johnson, third. Marcus Bowe, third. Let's scroll down a little bit, if you don't mind, Mike. Omar Norman Lott, we talked about. Darian Porter, I'm kind of out on. He's a freak, but I don't think he's a great football player. Trey Harris fits what the Niners want. I have a second round grade on him too. It's just injury concerns. But, man, he's your prototypical number one wide receiver build. So if anybody in the front office is like, man, we're eventually going to move away from Ayuk, not saying they should or that they will, but Trey Harris would be a perfect replacement for that. Let's keep going down some more. I am curious some more, guys. Those wide receivers I like too early. Jordan Birch, he is on my list. His second round grade, 6'4", 280. He's one of those, man, he can play outside. He can play inside. Like, he is just strong as hell, amazing against the run. Had 10 sacks. So, like, another one of those players that probably doesn't get talked about a lot. This is where he should go. He will bolster versus the run and help you out versus the pass. Prototypical Cleveland Farrell style build, right? That can do it all. Joshua Farmer, Harold Fannin, we'll talk about him later. Dang, I'm not seeing a lot of names pop. No. I'm not seeing them all. Jared Ivey, I think, is another one of those edge guys that should go in the second round. So I like Jared Ivey. He's a complete defensive end in that kind of, I don't want to say Eric Armstead build, but 6'6", 274, do-it-all guy, surrounded by a lot of talent at Ole Miss, but consistent. He's just so consistent. But I have Jordan Birch higher. That would be my pick here. I think that he is a prototypical defensive end at this next level that, man, just solidifies a front and gets you better versus the run with nice pass rush production. I really do like this guy, and I think his best football is ahead of him.
What do you think the need is for another tight end here? The one move that the Niners made in the offseason was bringing in a tight end. I'm saying one, and it was not just one. I'm being, facetious here, but
you're not being wrong though.
Well, the big multi-year say.
Yes, Arroyo was my favorite pass catching, route running tight end in this entire draft. I posted that months ago on social media. I think this guy is good enough to be a wide receiver as far as route running and pass catching. But what are your thoughts there?
He's awesome. Second round grade, very high second round grade. I think if he hits his ceiling, man, you better watch out because he's just a vertical stretcher, elite athleticism, all those things, great build, 6'5", 250. Like, he plays like a small tight end, but he's not small. Like, he's one of the bigger guys. Arm length is great. Wingspan's great. Speed's great. All those things are great. There is some injury history, but I think the 49ers are, and that's one of the reasons why I like the trade back, because we went Kelvin Banks. Now you have to start addressing major needs. I don't see the tight end as a major need. So can you afford to go Kelvin Banks, Elijah Arroyo? If you're just doing a best player available and you're just like, you know what, 3rd and 4th round, just going to be all defensive linemen, cool. It's a little too spicy to me to go back-to-back. I would prefer Harold Fannin at 100 if he lasts that far over Elijah Arroyo at the 2nd personally. I have Arroyo up there, but I think it's too much of a luxury personally. I would go Jared Birch edge here.
All right,
and
here we go.
Not sexy, but dang, man, your defensive line is getting better.
Are we doing any pausing for potential trade ups or trade downs?
Nope. I got the picks I want. I'm excited.
All right.
And I think we're going to go through there. Shout out to Silent for the super chat. In all mocks, only way to fill needs was D-line early. Not going edge and D tackle in the first 3 rounds would leave the team without a starter quality in 25. Yeah, you got to load up. Now, the trade back in our extra picks, I'm hoping that will pan out. That extra 3rd round will make that off. And I think people are going to be pretty happy with what we're left with when we're said and done with all of our picks. I hope. If not, we're going to piss. Every time you do a mock draft, you piss somebody off.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Every
I'm sure
time.
people were mad at the Kelvin Banks pick, so absolutely. I mean, it just happens, man. It just happens.
Just send all hate mail to nothingbutniners@gmail.com.
It's funny because that's the real thing, too. Like, all right. It's all good. All right. Here we go. Now, we got here. We got some pretty interesting players here. A lot of interesting talent. Here we go, John. I mean, let's get in your mind a little bit here. Ooh. What are you thinking?
See, Farmer's there, Dewan Walker's there, Harold Fannin's there, Little Rich, Jared Wilson's there. Every time I get to the 3rd round, and I mean every single time, I'm just like, yep. Like Ashton Jaloti, somebody that isn't talked about, the edge out of Louisville, athletic freak, great production. Like, I am so in love with this player. I feel like people don't talk about him enough. Now we already went edge, but 49ers could draft 2 edges and 3 defensive tackles and still not have enough guys at those 2 positions. Like, you are void. It's a void there, man. Right now, Sam Okuwanu, who I love, is your starting defensive. I would start him over Eter Gross-Matos personally. Eter will probably start, but anyway, take that for what you want.
Oh, man, I see something.
Yeah, what do you see? Come on, don't hold back on me now, Tony.
I like Fetty, man. I like the guy from UCLA. I do. I know the Niners like him because KJ Wright was working with him. The same could be said for Walker from Arkansas, South Arkansas, I think it was. Arkansas.
Yeah, David Walker.
Same could be said for him, but there's just something about this kid I like. His personality, his demeanor, his work ethic. I mean, he's a former middle linebacker, Mike linebacker, who's transitioned to defensive end. He knows how to use his hands as far as shedding tackles, not allowing the guards to get to his body. So, I mean, he's a little bit raw. I'm not going to lie. But in this situation, when you see somebody like that, you went bunch as like your base defensive end at 6'4", 279, 280, we'll say. Would you double down and bring in more of a pass rusher? So now you could slide bunch inside and go with like almost a NASCAR package, if you will, on 3rd and long situations.
Hell yeah, because Birch can play inside. Like that is part of the thing. So, I don't know how you classify it as an edge guy. He is you can move him inside against the run. Like it's not even like he's just going inside to pass rush as your Arden Key, Charles Minihue, NASCAR pack. No. Like, you want to kick in Birch to stop the run? Like, you could do that in certain situations, and that gives you the versatility. You probably won't do it a lot, but you could. I love Femi. I was like, man, back into the 3rd round is where he should go, pick 100, but every team is high on this kid. Like, if you like Jalen Walker in the 1st round, you should love Femi Oladejo in the 3rd. And I think he probably goes almost back into the 2nd because it's just such a huge value pick. Jared Ivey's there. Charles Grant's there. Terrence Ferguson's there. Makuba's there. Like, you see what I'm saying whenever I get to the 3rd, Mike? Like, Chris Paul Jr.'s there. Anthony
What's your
Bell's
thought on
there,
him, Chris Paul Jr.?
Oh.
I thought that's where Tony was going when he said, I see something.
No, I was.
I clicked his name.
I think I might overstep right now, but I honestly think he's a plug-and-play weak side linebacker.
He fits exactly what Saleh likes. These undersized safety converts, right? Like Chris Paul's not a safety convert, but he's a 6'1", 220. The knock on him is size. Don't say that to Robert Saleh, right? You got to remember DFF. You got to remember Marcel Harris. Jamie and Sherwood at New York was a safety. Like, this is exactly what Robert Saleh wants. Coverage guys, runs a 4.6, low 4.6. Athleticism, I thought, was a little shock. I thought he tested a little bit better than he did, but the tape shows like that Ole Miss defense is nothing but 5-star recruits. They pay a lot of money for him. And I mean, his athleticism pops on a defense filled to the brim with athleticism. So the film test I thought was better than the actual combine testing, which I was a little shocked at.
Do you guys think that there's just some players that just don't test well because of nervousness or whatever, and they're not underwear Olympic guys? Like they're just put on the film and watch me play the actual game and judge me from that. And
so you brought up Azareye'h Thomas. He's another one that fits that. And he came out and ran, like 4.5, slow 4.5 for a corner, and I was like, wow, like that is the issue.
Say that,
but the tape says now the corner's the one issue where 40 takes precedent almost above everything. Like I don't care about 40-yard dash for 10 out of 11 starting positions. Corner, I do. And so I do dock that a little bit. But if you told me you got Azareye'h Thomas in like the early third, which I don't think you can, I think he goes in the second. Like I like him. But man, Pooh Paul, scuba diver. That's his name, Pooh Paul. Now, I do have a 4th-round grade. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I like Chris Paul. I don't think I like him as much as Robert Saleh. The speed's good. I like how consistent he is. He did play through an ankle issue. He had a torn labrum in 2023. So, like, you've got a little bit of injury history. But at this point, in this part of the draft, we traded back. I'm not mad. So, we've got back-to-back picks here. We're picking 74, 75. I want Tony, whatever his title is, freaking legend.
Resident GM. Let's go, baby.
You talked Femi. You talked Pooh Paul. I'm fine with either one of those. Now, do understand we did just go edge, but I want one of these picks to be yours. So kind of talk me through what your thoughts are. And, man, what are you thinking here? Still don't have a defensive tackle.
What do we
We took Banks in the first.
If you click your picks on the right, the top right where that little red tag is under
right
recap.
I went to recap by mistake. There we go. So we've got Banks and we've got Birch.
We got 3 third-rounders, 74, 75, 100.
We could do something special right here, guys. This is the meat and potatoes of this draft right here. Y'all better not fuck this up. I said it. Y'all, sorry for the language. I'm sorry. I got to remember we're dual streaming. I'm sorry, but y'all better not mess this up. This is it right here. This is the meat and potatoes, baby.
We got to add a defensive tackle. I mean,
okay.
You got to do a defensive tackle. I mean, listen, like I said, you know how I feel about Oladejo. I like him, but we just went edge. I mean, we could find another speed guy in the latter part of the draft because there are some of them that are pretty damn good. So, I mean, you like Farmer.
My highest ranked is CJ West, but I have him and Farmer in the same tier.
I'm big on CJ West.
He's my number one defensive tackle available.
I'm good, 100%. I will take CJ West right here if you are good with it.
I freaking love this dude, man.
Now, see, this is what's interesting. I love that y'all don't give a shit about draft grades because look at where he's supposedly ranked.
Don't care.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I love when y'all trust your eyes and not these draft simulator games, right? Because that's what the real GMs are going to do. They don't give a shit about these things. They're going to say, no, I saw what CJ West did, and that guy is a dog. I'm taking him over a Ty Robinson. I'm taking him over a Deion Walker. Like, that's what these guys are going to say. So I love that y'all are saying that. I'm not telling y'all what to do. I love that you both are on one accord. That is a beautiful thing.
And listen, it's not a knock on Farmer. It's not a knock on Farmer whatsoever. I like Farmer. I just think CJ West could help improve this defense versus the run as well as offer something as a pass rusher. Remember, in Indiana, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't know if they 2-gap there, but this is not a 2-gap defense. This is pin your ears back. You are responsible for your gap, ABC, wherever it is, and you just fill it You pin yours back. Play. Remember what they said in the beginning? We're going to play the run on the way to the quarterback. This is what you're going to.
Right here, Rob says, love it. Going to go watch some CJ West tape right now. Here's what you do. Type in CJ West versus Michigan. Watch the Michigan tape first. Trust me. And from OSU guy, I'm sure he can appreciate that. Mike, I'm just saying. Oh, you're both OSU guys. Man,
who's the guard you dominated in that game?
I hate OSU so much. Can I just tell y'all that? I
that's
hate
it.
OSU
He's got to
so
go.
much.
John, it was a pleasure having you here. Got to go, buddy. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Y'all beat our rear end this year, man. Y'all didn't beat our rear end, but y'all beat us. That's okay. That's okay.
Sorry. So is that going to be the pick? Is that officially it? Are we going CJ West here? Wow. Surprise pick. I did not expect you guys to do this. I am loving what I'm hearing, loving what I'm seeing, man. Everyone's working in unison. The pick is in, and we are back to back. That took a long time for us to go back to back.
Time out, though, because that was our traded pick. So when we were on the clock at 43, and it was looking like Landon Jackson, some of those guys, we traded back, and we got Jared Birch and CJ West. So the question is, what would you rather have, Landon Jackson or CJ West and Jared Birch? For me, it's simple. If you get the opportunity, golly, man.
Oh, bang, bang, 2 for 1.
And that's how you freaking do it. That's why John Lynch gets paid the bucks that he gets paid. I don't want to see any more of this sitting still the whole draft, John Lynch. Get back into your bag, move around, no defensive linemen and no trades. Who would have thought? Anybody out there, raise your hand. If you told me the Niners were going to do that, both of those things in one draft, I'd have said you were smoking dope, like the crack dope. Like, I'm not talking about whatever the old people used to call dope as weed and all that. No, you were on some like hard stuff, right? Like, never in a million years would you tell me the Niners not only aren't going to move around in the draft board, but they're not going to take any defensive linemen. Like, hey, John Lynch, hey, wake up, buddy. Wake up, okay? Get back into your bag. I'm sorry. Here we go. Yeah, exactly. Look, this is one of your people. I don't know who Eric Shun is. He's got egg on his face, but that Fenty, yeah, he's on the Fenty, baby. Yes, exactly. All right. Sorry. We're back into it now. I'm shutting up. Here we go.
Let's go through the board a little bit. I don't want these wide receivers. Demetrius Knight is there. I'm very high on Demetrius Knight. You could double up and go Josh Farmer here. Just get 2 defensive tackles, be happy. Harold Fannin.
Need to.
Jared Wilson. Like, there's a lot of guys that are here. We got our tackle. Otherwise, Charles Grant is an option. Kyle Shanahan, if this was a Kyle Shanahan draft, Dylan Sampson is like speed kills, outside zone runner. I'm not doing it, but 4.35 speed. He is a Kyle Shanahan guy. Mike McDaniel is like pissed off if he doesn't get this guy. He's quick, man. He's quick.
I love it.
I like
There's
Makuba.
Some good names here. There are some good names on this
third
board
round,
right
man.
Now,
Third round.
Holy shit.
Chris Paul. Okay, I got my guy, but anybody that y'all want to talk about here, because I already got my guy. That is my favorite player in the draft is on the board. So I'll
John,
wait.
do you think Makuba could transition to a single high safety?
Hell yes, he can. He had the second most single high safety snaps this past year. You go back to his Clemson tape before he went to Texas. He was more of the strong box safety. He could do it all. In the speed, 4.4 speed, he would be the fastest safety that the 49ers have by about 0.2 of a second. He is speed. I love Andrew Makuba. Buda Baker vibes off the charts. Tough
I think
as hell.
pairing him with what's his name would be a nice duo in the back.
I do. The funny thing is, the only safety they met with was Andrew Makuba. They only met with one. It was Makuba.
I'm not going to let y'all shit on my guy, Tiggs. All right? I'm not letting that happen. Jersey's own, Trenton's own. We from the same city, baby. I'm not going to let y'all hate. No, I'm
Here's my issue. I'm not crapping on him. And I think it's the same issue that Huff had. Is like Malik Mustafa is him.
Yes, he is.
It's him.
He is.
But that pigeonholes a little bit because you have 2 strong safeties. Like Malik could play the single high and he can run the alley. That's Jair Brown's biggest issue is he can't play man-to-man coverage and he can't run the alley from the free safety spot. You have to fix one of those.
Yeah.
And I'm not against. I just want him in the box. He's got to play in the box. He's got to increase his man coverage skills. Not saying he can't because you had good tape before Nick Sorensen showed up.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Yes,
Improperly
he did.
used.
Yes, he did. All right, I'm not going to say nothing else about it, but yes, he did. He showed so much promise, and then I felt like we just kind of threw some shit away. It's all right. All right, I'm going to let the cat out the bag. He's going to be on Nothing But Niners, guys. I'm letting you guys know now.
What?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and make this announcement right now. He's going to be on Nothing But Niners. We go to the same barber shop. We literally have the same barber. I'm not exaggerating at all. His grandmother lives 2 streets behind me. I mean, it is. I'm not exaggerating at all. So this guy is right here from my neck of the woods. Even though I live in Pennsylvania and they're all from Jersey, but his grandmother lives here in Pennsylvania with me. I've been talking to my barber. He gave me his number. We are making it happen. We're getting the right approvals and all that stuff. He's coming on. So y'all be in tune for that.
I love it, man.
Speaking of announcements, John, I think you got something coming up also that you should talk to people about before we make this next pick here. Why don't you let people know? You know, we're talking about guys in that secondary, the DB group, man. Let them know what you got cooking, man. What's up?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but man, we 49ersRushRoadTrip.com. Party in the city, San Francisco, at Broadway Studios, which is in the North Beach area. We're going to be there all of day 1 of the NFL draft, all of day 2 of the NFL draft. Doors open 1 hour before the draft starts, which is 4 p.m. on Thursday and 3 p.m. on Friday. Kids get in free, big screens. We're going to have NFL Network on one. We're going to have ESPN on the other. We're going to have a live draft panel. A lot of people coming through the doors there. Crocker going to be there. Peacock going to be there. Ant from 49ers Cutback going to be there. And Diamador Lenore is going to be there day 1, which is going to be really, really cool. We got trivia, giveaways. It's all about giving as much stuff. I'm doing my inventory of autographed jerseys. I have 30 autographed jerseys we'll be giving away over the course of this weekend. So, man, come out, have a good time. Get your tickets, 49ersRushRoadTrip.com. And remember, kids get in free with the ticketed adult. So you don't have to pay for that. That's free. Kids always free. Always free.
They
John,
treat children. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I have a big question for you. Are you doing Giant Stadium?
What do you mean? So yes, you're talking about the 2025 schedule.
Yes.
Right now, the plan is we have locations in place for all 9 road trips. Usually the schedule screws us once or twice, but I'm coming East Coast. I ain't gonna miss it. I love the East Coast, man.
John, you got an escort with you, bro. I'm telling you right now, you got an escort with you. We're going to be there. We're going to be supporting you from day 1 all the way through if you make it out here to the Giants. My dad is a season ticket holder.
Oh.
He's like, I'm just going to give you and Derek the tickets. I'm like, don't make me take my son. Listen, I love my son, but he couldn't give a less than a half a crap about football.
My son's the same way.
Yeah.
Same way.
Like, how does all my passion just skip him? I don't get it. Like, my daughters are more John has met and heard of more of my daughters than and he's even know my son. But it's all good. So we're going to be there, Tony, man. Let's go, man. We're going to be out there. We're going to represent well, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. But, guys, make sure you guys hit the website.
Know, John.
49ersRushRoadTrip.com. 49ersRushRoadTrip.com. I can't emphasize this enough, guys. Make sure you are locked in all season long. Is a place to be, man. It's family fun, friendly for people of all ages. John, he involves the kids. When they see the kids come through the door, they're picking raffle tickets, they're making announcements and everything. I am telling you, you guys will not have a better time at what you would think is just a football rally. It is so much more than that. It is an event that you guys are not going to want to miss. All right. So
thank you, brother.
Let's go ahead and get back to this next pick, man. We've kept them waiting long enough. Here we go, man. Where are we going with this, man? I can't wait to see where you're going.
My favorite player in this entire draft, regardless of position, round, whatever, is Jacob Parrish, cornerback, Kansas State. I absolutely love this. He's my number 1 favorite player. He's a little bit smaller, 5'10", 190, elite speed, 4.35. Yeah, you got to scroll. He's not that low.
I went the wrong way. Okay, I thought it started me at the top when I clicked it. I apologize.
The Niners have met with him 3 times. They met with him at the Senior Bowl. They met with him at the Combine, and he was one of the visits. Just the best tackling cornerback in this draft class, and he just plays with elite confidence. Like Diamador Lenore is the play style comp because you see the attitude and the personality and the aggression that comes across. He is a perfect fit. Now, the question, and the only question I have, is will he be available at 75? I know he's ranked 100 on here, but you look at his 40 time, 4.3 speed. You look at his relative athletic score, 8.8. He checks every freaking box. If
the tape is good and he's got these 2 things here, there's no chance in hell he's going to make it that far. Now, let me ask you a question. Is he an outside guy or is he a slot guy? Or is he a nickel guy? I'm sorry.
He played the demo role in Manhattan, Kansas, where he's outside,
So
and every time they went nickel, he kicked in. He could do both. And Renardo Green did the same damn thing. You guys know, at Florida State, he could play nickel and he could play outside. So this versatility where you get these three corners that could do it all.
Excuse me, bitch.
That is incredible. Let's go. I got to go watch some film with this young man. I love learning.
You're going to love it.
This is why I like doing this. So this is the pick. Are we locking this in?
I'm 100% sold on this kid. Literally my favorite player in the draft, Jacob Parrish. Can we see what our picks are again? I feel like we're doing
That's
very
why
well.
I paused. That's why I paused. I knew it. I felt it coming. So we got 100 up next.
This
then
is sexy.
113. All right, 138, 147, 160. We still don't have any 6th-round picks. With the Niners, let me just ask you guys both this question really quick. Just between us. No one else is watching. Are the Niners going to have a 6th-round pick in this draft? Tony, yes or no?
Are they going to have one?
Are the Niners going to have a 6th-round pick in this draft?
I think so.
John, what say you?
I think we're going to see similar to what they did last year where they traded some of their late rounds to jump up and get more quality guys that fall.
Okay.
That would be but I hope there's a lot of trades, and I hope we get a 6th-rounder because there's some guys there. But right now, I'm going to guess no. Not to go against Tony because Tony's smarter than I am, but I'm going to say no. Right
no, but you're 100% right. That does make sense. It does make sense.
Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to know. I'm shutting back up. This is where we are. John, what else do you want to see on here, man? I want to make sure that we see.
I'm loving this.
The Niners have selected an offensive tackle, a defensive end, a defensive tackle, and a cornerback. That center, that guard position is still big on the board right now. I don't know what's out there. The running backs, the tight ends, maybe another wide receiver. We lost Deebo Samuel this offseason. I can't wait to see where you want to go with this one here, man. So you let me know what you want to do.
Let's roll. I think we still got some more pick. Yeah, let's roll it. I don't think we're up right now, are we?
No. We are far ways away. So, all right, here we go. Let's go.
I'm excited to see what's there at 100. I'm usually not disappointed. Just because there we go. Look at that. I don't need to even look further. Chris Paul Jr. sitting there. I am so happy. You're getting a starter. You're plugging like he was in conversation for us at 74, 75. He fell. Chris Paul Jr. That's Matt Barrow's draft crush. Niners have met with him, I think, 3 or 4 times. Perfect plug and play. We're just filling needs. That 3rd round is so badass, man.
You guys have talked about him already. Now, before I click his name, because he is the 2nd highest ranked guy on the board, I do want to take a little scroll here. Does anybody stand out that makes you hesitate just a little bit here at 100?
Savion Williams, I think, would be a fun, like Kyle Shanahan guy, built like Julio Jones, just not there, not a quality wide receiver yet. But like you could use him in a Debo role, but he's a much bigger, better athlete. But I don't see it yet in the 3rd round. I would rather go for a starter than play whatever luxury pick. Torrey Horton is a complete wide receiver out of Kansas, Colorado State. A little bit of injury issues, but like that dude fits. So like I talked about Trey Harris in round 2. If you don't get Trey Harris, the next X is Torrey Horton in round 3. Very good wide receiver.
Now, see, I don't know much about this guy. I'm looking at his RAS score, and I heard Tony. Did you say ACL, Tony?
Yeah, towards ACL.
But he fully participated already.
He's already early. Back in on the field.
He tore early, I think, right?
Yeah, I have the date. Let's see here.
Now, while John looks that up, this is very interesting because this RAS is off the chart. Now, I want to remind everybody that the relative athletic score. No, not score. What is it? Relative athletic. Is it score?
I think so.
Oh, because I always say RAS score. So that means I'm saying relative athletic score. All right, I got to fix that. All right, but his RAS is 9.8. 10 is the highest. But then it says here lacks elite speed and explosiveness. Well, that's exactly what RAS measures. So what's going on here? How does this work? Now, RAS is run separate than this draft site. So the draft site, the write-up is what they see or what they think and then the RAS is just who runs the RAS.
He's a glider. Like, I was shocked by his testing. Like, he's 6'2", skinny, kind of like long stride speed is kind of what I was like expecting. But the dude just freaking tore it up. Like, I mean, he tested so well. 4.41 speed. His 10-yard acceleration was a 1.53, which is elite. Like, I was very, very shocked. You don't see the twitchy suddenness when you watch his, like, he's a glider, man. Like, just strides and just people just miss him. But I love his routes, and I think that he adjusts to the ball amazingly well. I could see Shanahan liking him, but he's not a do-it-all wide receiver. He's an X. He's your outside guy. So, again, if you're planning on having Ayuk for the next 3 to 4 years, this probably ain't going to be your pick. You're going to go with the Jalen Royals. You're going to go with some of those guys. But, again, I don't know where the Niners feel their wide receiver room is. But Torrey Horton's a damn good wide receiver.
All right. Gave me some more people to research. I like this, man. This is so much fun to me. All right. We are back here. Tony, any thoughts? Anybody making you hesitate? I thought maybe
Kyle Williams
would make you guys pause a little bit, but we just
look,
CJ West.
Look who we stopped at. Go a little more, Mike.
A little more. Kyle Williams sitting there.
There's a lot of people big on the Kyle Williams train, man. I mean, and I know his name isn't going to ring bells here in San Francisco. In fact, it's going to strike fear in the hearts of a lot of 10+ year guys out here. But
oh man.
There's some talent here, man. Miles Frazier, that's one. David Walker, we already got an edge, but Miles Frazier would be the other one, the offensive guard from LSU. I really like him. Logan Brown's a good player, but Miles Frazier, plug and play left guard.
Yep.
If he's there at 113, we're going to be talking about him.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, we're back to you, John. This is your show.
Chris Paul. Chris Paul Jr.
Chris Paul.
Easy.
Pick
light work.
And we are back on
They're all gone now.
Oh, good Lord. So, yeah, if we're sitting here, Kyle Williams fell. Let's scroll down just a little bit and see if Miles Frazier, it doesn't matter. He is there. So now we've got these two really good picks. I'm taking Kyle Williams here. I might trade up. So I want to trade up after this pick. I want the Kyle Williams, Miles Frazier double dip. So I do want to trade up. So I've got to pull out we're picking at 113 right now. And we're going to take Kyle Williams. I want to trade up to 114, which is Carolina's pick. We've already traded with them once. Let's do it again.
You want me to do like an immediate draft and pause and
as
trade.
Best as we can. As best as we can.
I'm going to try my hardest. Okay, here.
I love
get some practice in. So,
and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's what happens in real life too.
I'm going to hit Frazier and then. Oh, that's too far. Hold on, let me practice again. Frazier.
It don't matter if he goes, he goes. There's other guys I like.
All right, here we go. You guys ready? We're going Frazier. And then
Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams.
Okay. See,
I want that white. I love Kyle Williams.
I'm practicing out loud. Here we go. All right, Kyle Williams. Here we go. Nope. And okay.
We got this. This is fun.
All right.
I should have made it go the speed even higher because this is awesome.
1. Fuck! I missed it.
You still got time. Oh, he's good.
Shit.
That's okay. That's okay. That was awesome.
I tried, guys. I'm so sorry. I tried. There should be like a space bar button for the pause thing. You want the very next one, like the space bar doesn't do it. I'm sorry. All right, let's look and see who's available.
Did you never play Contra? Up, down, left, right, left?
I did, but 99 lives wouldn't have saved me right there, bro. It would not have worked out for me. I'm sorry, man, but BA select
awesome.
start. Oh man, you didn't fit it. Yeah, come on, man. I played Contra back in the day. What? Are you kidding me? Oh man, the gun. Oh. My favorite one was the one that spread when you shot it out. Like that was my. All right. Is there anything here worth trading up for, or do we just let this thing rock?
I think I'm cool letting it ride. I like RJ Harvey. I'm not trading up for a running back though. Let's just let it go. We pick out 138.
Yeah, that's a long ways away. Are you sure about that? So right now the board is at 122. We're talking another 60. Okay,
let it run.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of running backs that I really like in this draft class that you can get late. So if TJ Giddens is sitting there, I'm super high on him. Like I would have no problem with TJ Giddens. Where do I have him at? I think I'm pretty high on him compared to where we're at in this draft class. Yeah, I have him and RJ Harvey back to back, and I have late 3rd round grades on them. So I'm cool with DJ Giddens. Let's scroll down just a little bit, and Tony, if you see anybody,
hold on just a little bit.
Boss is there. Good pick, Elijah Roberts. The Niners have met with him a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's someone's side. He's
Jamari Caldwell.
Guy. There's Slater.
I like Slater. Jackson Slater, interior offensive line, Sac State, fun player.
John, I got to ask you a question. What do you think of Q Robinson, the kid from Alabama?
Yeah, he was a weird evaluation, if I'm going to be honest. I think that he's really good. It's just like, man, what do you do with somebody that hasn't played, like, really at all? His experience was a 1 out of 10. So I take every single position, how many snaps they played. He had the fewest snaps played of any edge rusher, 370. He just ain't played. So now we're in day 3, but he's a high upside guy. You're talking 6'4", 243, long arms. It just bend. Like not a lot of defensive ends have it. He does.
Yeah.
He just ain't played. So
that's the issue. There's not enough on him to really break him down. But what you see of him, it's promising. You see the God-given talent. Like, you see the explosion off the snap. You see the hand usage. You see the bend to run the arc. You see all of that. You see him on stunts coming underneath on a TE twist. So, I mean, if you're looking for, I mean, not now, but if you're looking for that alternate, like, situational rusher, that's somebody that I was watching the linebacker. What was his name? Campbell, right? The linebacker from Alabama.
Jahad, yeah.
I was watching Jahad Campbell, and this guy just kept popping. Every time I watched Jahad Campbell, you saw him come flying off the edge and make a play in the backfield, whether it was first a run, whether it was a pressure, whether it was a sack, whether it was a pass deflected. You just kept seeing him pop. Now, I mean, it's too early right now, but that's somebody a little bit later. If he's still there hanging around, I would consider bringing him in as a developmental piece because you never know. I mean,
I bet you were watching the LSU Alabama tape based off of what you just said. Is that correct?
That tape, and I think the other one was maybe Tennessee. I don't remember the second one.
Yeah, Tennessee, he was up and down, but he had some splash plays for sure. I just, man, can you see like John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan going after somebody who hasn't played that much after the Trey Lance? I think if you get the 5th, 6th round, then I'm cool. Oh, shout out to Sin. She's absolute incredible. I love that lady. She's
Sorry, I just wanted to read the super chat really quick. She says, awesome and amazing show with Tony, John, and Mike. Man, it looks like everyone is enjoying the show. We hope you guys stay locked in. We're about halfway done the draft so far. And I'm loving listening to these guys go back and forth, just bouncing that knowledge off of each other. I mean, I'm here to learn. Hopefully you guys are too out there. Stay locked in, ladies and gentlemen, because this is phenomenal stuff that we're getting here. I'm going to leave this comment up just for a little bit, and I'm going to keep scrolling, just checking players out in the background while you guys talk. Keep shooting the shit, guys. I'm loving it.
So Quay, I'm into him. If he fell to one of our last picks in the 5th round, that's about where I would pull the trigger. Now you pair him up with a guy like Jordan Birch, who we did get in the 2nd round. That's a perfect pairing because you're getting
a nice rotational piece.
It's a Femi Oladejo later, right? So like if that's the mold that you're looking for, roll the dice at the end of the 5th round. But probably right here, little early for me. Is there anybody else that's jumping off the chart for you? DJ Giddens, I'm super high on the running back, and I don't like taking running backs early, but I think he's a damn good player.
I like Giddens. I like Neal. From Kansas. I saw Kobe Bryant was also on the board still. The corner from Kansas. I like him. Who was the other guy? Scroll down just a little bit, Mike. I'm trying to remember. Elijah Roberts I like as a depth piece. Now Jackson Slater.
I think Kobe. Oh no, I was gonna say I thought Kobe Bryant was going. No, he's still here. I'm sorry.
And even like Malachi Moore, right, as a free safety coming in, has some experience. Never really locked down and took control other than this year, but he had opportunities in previous years, and he just never took that step.
Now, who Mike has pulled up now, if you want that pass rusher, Antoine Powell-Ryland, that is like we got Jordan Birch, who's your big 280 dude. Like this might be this is moving to the top of my list of this pick possibility. What are your thoughts on APR?
Sure, I see it. I agree with you. He's another guy I was looking at. What's his name just caught my eye when I saw him. That's why I just wanted to ask you. That's all.
And so again, like, okay, we already got a corner. We already got an edge. Do you go two corners? The position we need the most of is defensive tackle. Or can we see the D line players real quick, Mike, if you don't mind? It's got an X through it. Yeah, right next to CB in the red. Keep going to your right. Two more. There it is. Boom. Scroll up to the top there. Let's see what's there. JJ Pegues, another big guy. I want a small slasher. We got CJ West, Jamari Caldwell, another big guy.
Yeah, these are big dudes, space leaders.
Elijah Roberts, big dude. Ty Hamilton, maybe not. Howard Cross, I'm okay with. A little early for him.
Ty Mills was another dude that stood out too with Notre Dame.
Ty Hamilton, I'm cool with. It's a little. I don't think there's value there. Man,
OSU, baby.
So what are your thoughts on him? You love him. Tell me about him.
Yeah, well, of course. So the guy, in my opinion, moves well. I wanted to see more of him, though. That was the only thing. I wanted to see a little bit more of him. I think he moves well. He's got quick hands, in my opinion. He gets busy, right? But you don't really see him, like, be consistent all the way through. And that's what my issue is. I want to go down to see what his – let me scroll down some here to see what his weaknesses are. Right there, right at the top. Consistency against the run needs improvement. Must continue adding functional strength. Can get washed out by double teams. Needs to maintain gap discipline. Sometimes plays too high, affecting leverage. Now, here's the thing. If the double team is his biggest deal, and we've already made a high-end edge pick, a high-end defensive tackle pick, if he's going to be the second one, and you got Nick Bosa out there, he's probably the guy not likely to get the double team. And then you could really see him start to refine those skills and hone in on it. So you got to look at the roster that you've already built and see how plugging someone else in is going to play into a part of it. He's not getting double teamed on this 49ers roster based off of the draft that we've had so far. So,
yeah, it's a fit. It's early for me. It's a full round, and I have guys like Jamari Caldwell. I have, Aeneas is Aeneas Peebles there? I think he's gone.
No, someone took him. He went earlier. That's the type of guy you would want right now to throw into the mix as that undersized, quick, explode off the line defensive tackle.
Man, so I think I want to wait. I think I like Ty. If he's there next one, I have Yaya Black. Can you click on Yaya Black? It's actually pronounced YA. I think is right. That is a
very interesting name.
He's a fun player, man.
It says here, powerful interior defensive lineman with excellent length and developing technique. He displays good strength at the point of attack, anchoring against the run and maintaining gap integrity. As a pass rusher, Black shows flashes of of quickness and power, using length to keep offensive linemen off his frame. He demonstrates good awareness of screen plays and has a motor to make plays in pursuit. That is huge. That says it's just stopping right there. Like Justin Smith, and I know that Justin Smith lined up on the outside in the 3-4, but that's what that tells me right there. Like everything they said, his weaknesses are consistency as a pass rusher needs improvement, must refine hand usage, can get too high affecting leverage, needs to develop more counter moves, processing speed can be improved, occasional lapses in gap discipline.
He's huge, man. Like 6'6", 330. He's just a behemoth, and that's the problem is that we got that guy.
Right.
So I like Ty Hamilton. I just think it's too early. So I would wait till the next round. And if Ty's there, I think he goes to the top of our list. We're going to get another defensive tackle, but I don't think that the board has fallen the correct way here for us. So I'm looking at DJ Giddens. Scroll down a little bit more. There's a couple more guys. I like Smile Mondon Jr., the linebacker, but we got Chris Paul. So, and I actually have Bossa rated higher as well. Keep going down. Man, I'm struggling right here with exactly what I want to do. I like Jamari Caldwell, but again, Jackson Slater, a little bit early. Man, this is a rough spot. Kobe Bryant, but we already got a corner. We could use two. I'm not sold on Darrell Luter Jr.
All right, so we've got wide receiver, linebacker, corner, defensive lineman, edge, and offensive tackle. I mean, other than tight end, running back, it's time to start doubling up, guys. Or interior offensive lineman. We still have not selected anybody on the interior offensive line. So please don't forget that yet. As we're going through this, it could be time to start looking at some of those guys. I don't know how you guys feel. This is my favorite center, needless to say. Right? Him and Luke. I like Luke also. If you guys want to get away from the OSU guys, it could be early. I understand that, right? Obviously, very early. But I'm just throwing some names out there for you guys.
We're hearing this is this is our 5th round pick, right? Yeah. I'm sitting there, man. You know what? I think you're talking me into offensive line. I'm comfortable with Jackson Slater here. The 49ers have met with them.
This is our last 4th round pick.
Yeah, it's that. I'm okay. I want to reach here because I think that this is a major need. Jackson Slater, I'm comfortable with the year. I have players ranked higher, but I want to fill these spots because we traded back, and then we'll be able to take some high-priced guys later and double dip at some positions. I want to check this position off the board. Interior offensive lineman who could play center, Jackson Slater, Sacramento State, very athletic. 9.4 RAS is great. Quickness, all those things. I think left guard is where you start him year 1 and let him compete with Ben Barch, and he could play center long term.
Yeah, so what I like the most about what you're saying here, his weakness says Anchor can be inconsistent against power rushers, right? But that's because he played tackle. So if you're going to kick him inside, you don't really need to worry about that too much, right?
He's
so you're kind of hiding the weakness, and you're putting him in at guard. This could be a really, really good pick for the 49ers right here. I like what you're saying.
He had a really good Senior Bowl. Really good Senior Bowl.
There you go.
He squatted 635 pounds, which I'm going to say is a lot.
That's like 3 me's. That's great. That's good stuff right there. Is this the pick? Are we good on Jackson?
Tony, you cool with this?
I'm good with it.
All right. What's the move after that? Now, after we make this pick, the Niners are back on the board. Not too far from here. We're going from 138 to 147. So
I'm cool.
We're only going down 9 picks. We're going to let it go.
Yeah, let it fly. Let it fly. I don't want to trade up anymore unless we just see something. And so, like DJ Giddens, Ty Hamilton, those are the 2 names I'm looking for next.
All right. So we're going to go Jackson Slater here. Oh, damn. I should have just done the damn. My bad. My apologies. All right.
Yeah,
so we'll go
Giddens
back
is right
to
there.
Interior offensive lineman. Yeah, no running back yet. All right, here we go. I'm going to pause it.
DJ Giddens gone. He went quick. Jalen Lane, another wide receiver.
The Panthers in this pause thing are screwing me all night long. Like this is insane how it's happening over and over. The players available are here. I heard John talk about him. I heard him talk about Mondon. I don't know. I'm just saying. Showing it to you guys.
I like him a lot.
Let it go.
He's a good ball player.
Roll.
Let it go because we already got our linebacker, and so I wouldn't mind getting 2, but there's no like dire need at doubling up at that position. Not like defensive tackle.
All right. Here we go. So we are officially on the clock. All right.
Click on DL, and I want to see if our guy is there. Your guy. Let's go get Ty Hamilton. Yep, perfect. The value is there. That's our second defensive tackle. We got our plugger. We got our smaller slasher role. Perfectly happy with this, and this is where he should go. 6'3", 299 pounds. There we go. We're making the OSU crowd happy today.
Yes, we are, man. Wow, playing on my heartstrings. Okay, it is in. Now, our next pick after this is a ways away. This is where the gap comes in, right?
Yep.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Oh, we got one more. 160.
Yeah, I was one off. 160. So that's only 13 picks away.
And that's where we're going to look at running back.
Okay, at 160. So we're good here, and then we're going to go ahead and let it. And then we might consider trading up, right?
No.
Okay.
We're letting it roll now, man, and I'm totally cool with it. So I want to click on running back because, man, Brashard Smith's there. This is like the sweet spot where I really want the 49ers. I really hope you can get some patience and just wait. Just wait. I see my favorite running back, Jarquez Hunter out of Auburn. Speed, freaking awesome. I just really, really like this player. 4.4 speed. He's got it. And I just think, like, he's one of my Kyle Shanahan guys. And there's a lot of them. This is a deep running back class. And whenever you get into day 3, like, that's one of my favorite things is no matter what, if you wait, there are elite guys there late. I love Jarquez Hunter, and I would love him in this offense.
Woody Marks or Jaquavius Marks. I forget what his first name is, but I've been calling him Woody. He is my favorite guy, but he's going to be like one of the last picks of the draft. But this kid, I mean, there's nothing here on him, but man, he's a guy who had a lot of injuries, so he didn't get a chance to play a lot for USC. But this is a guy that I like a lot at the running back position. Tony, what running back stand out here? Is Trevor going to be better than Big Brother?
No. No, he's a third down guy only at the next level, I think. He was he never even was full down running back at Georgia. But you could say the same thing for what they did with Nick Chubb and who was the Sony Michel.
Yep. I like Brashard. I like this dude Mananji. I don't think he fits with what they look for in a running back.
He's big, man.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I like Blue, and I like Taj Brooks as well. He's the one cut downhill runner, good contact balance. Probably one of the better, if not the, I'd say one of the better blitz pickup / pass blockers in this draft. Brooks. So I like. I would say Brashard right now. And Krosky Merritt, he had a monster of a game at the friggin' East-West Shrine game. The reason why I'm leaning towards Brashard Smith is because he offers some. He was a 4-year returner and
wide receiver.
Yeah, so I mean, this could be a piece that could potentially solidify our special teams. That's why I got my eye on this dude because of the return game. So now, not only are you going to be getting another piece to the arsenal of the offense and the depth chart of the running backs, but you're improving the special teams at the same time. Because don't forget, Debo's not there this year. Debo, towards the end of the year, became that return guy. So now you got to replace that return guy. So that's why I like Brashard Smith. But listen, either way, I think they're both good running backs, though.
It's so funny whenever you rank, and like I'm building my big board, right? And I'm ranking all the 6th round running backs, 7th round. It is just, it's mayhem, man.
Yeah.
It's like traffic jam through there because you get to the 5th, 6th, 7th round running backs. There's 15 dudes there. Yeah. So it's kind of a pick your poison. So I'm going to let you make this choice. I'm cool. Jarquez is my number 1 of this list, followed by Jadon Blue, then Brashard Smith. Those are my top 3, but they're all close. And they're all fast.
No, you made the pick. Go ahead. You got Hunter.
Oh, dude, I love Jarquez Hunter.
Does he offer it? I haven't watched them. But does he offer anything as a special teams guy in the return game?
Yeah, he had 25 kick returns at Auburn, and so 300 plus special team snaps. Yeah, he's done all those different things, and just he's got it. Now, the thing about him is he doesn't have the elite acceleration, but the top end speed is off the chart.
Yeah, once he gets there, he's done.
He hits that, then it's just, okay, what's happening here? Kind of a Tony Pollard running style is kind of what I equated it to. I have a 4th round grade on him. So to get him here at the end of the 5th round is a huge value. I think he fits what Shanahan likes. I really do.
True. Yeah, so put it in, Mike.
In. All right.
Let's do it.
Go, Jarquez
now
Hunter.
We get to chill for a little bit till we get to 7th, right?
All right. Yeah. Here we go. We're going to run this thing all the way down to the 7th. Okay.
Damn, Jaw Joyner went.
Yeah, I like Jaw. Jaw. What does Jaw have to say?
Holy shit, Brashard Smith's still there.
It's going to happen, man. Guys have to last. There's quarterbacks here. You're a Seth Hennigan guy?
I think he is I think this is, if Kyle Shanahan wanted a quarterback, this is him, in my opinion.
Yep.
my opinion. This guy's accuracy is through the roof. He's got a beautiful deep pass. This guy is patient in the pocket. If the pocket is clean, now the problem is if the pocket's not clean, what happens? But I think Seth Hannigan is going to be a Kyle Shanahan type of player. And I don't know if they go there. I don't know if they draft a quarterback. If I'm them, I would.
I would too.
It's a beautiful thing. I think the Niners should continue to draft quarterbacks. Not that we're looking for a replacement, but just to have your own backup in house is a thing of beauty.
Ooh, right there's our tight end. We don't need to look further. Jalen Conner.
Yes.
Met with
yes.
3 times. Yeah.
Love him.
That's the pick.
All right.
That is
so.
there's
no write up. We're gonna go ahead and make this pick. I want you guys to tell us something about him. Let the viewers know. The guys who are not here. The guys who are watching right now. The ladies and gentlemen that are watching right now. There's no write up, so we can't see anything. We don't have much information on him. But what are your guys' thoughts on Jalen?
Oh man. Niners love him. 6'3", 260. 4.7 speed. Not the most high-end speed guy, but a 6'9" 3-cone. That's better change of direction than Deebo Samuel has. And he weighs an extra 60 pounds. This dude change of direction, finds space consistently. Huge yak guy. But he's the one that put the video out of the construction at Levi's and all that stuff.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, he's been around, and he's a fun player. 7th round, I can't believe he's there. I think he's a 5th to 6th round guy personally. Yeah. But, yeah, one of those guys that just fits exactly what the 49ers want in a tight end. So it could definitely use that. God, this draft haul, this is pretty solid.
I wanted to make sure we weren't trading up. I think we're letting this thing rock the rest of the way through. So here we go.
So let's get a quarterback next. You talked about your quarterbacks. I like your guy, Seth Hennigan. I like Max Brosmer as well. I think those are the two. Brady Cook, not mad at him, but Max Brosmer is Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I mean? He just is. But I do like Seth Hennigan, and I think that his ceiling is higher.
You can't tell 49er fans that Max Brosmer is Jimmy Garoppolo. They're gonna say, then why do you want him? They're gonna that's what they're gonna say. You can't give that to the guy. So
but as the 7th round pick, that is huge. That's what you get. He is a system fit. He fits exactly what you want. 6'2", 217, quick release, solid mobility. Those aren't negatives. And so just because they look like or are placed similarly doesn't mean it's bad. Jimmy Garoppolo was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL at one point. Whether that was deserved or not, that's another thing. But he started a game in the Super Bowl. Whether that was earned or not, whatever. But for a 7th round quarterback, you're not. I'm telling you, Kyle Shanahan's going to like this dude. Now, I'm cool with Seth Hennigan. I have him back to back 7th round. This is where they should go. So I'd rather go with your guy. But I'm just saying, that's a name. Don't be shocked if you see it.
This is going to make me go back and look at him. I'm going to look at some stats and things like that. I like Seth because of the accuracy. I don't know anything about Brosmer, so I'm excited to look him up. So you're the GM here. Tony, are there any quarterbacks that stand out that are left on the board to you?
I like Cook, but I'm good with Brosmer.
Okay. All right. So, John, you got final say here.
I want Seth Hennigan. I want your guy. You brought him up. Hennigan. I love Irish pubs. I'm going to be hanging out with Hennigan and drinking some freaking solid beer. We're going to have a good time.
All right. The pick is in. We are going with Hennigan, man. Oh, wow, man. What a draft, man. This
Mike, just pull up the edge.
Oh, yeah. He's like, give me an edge. I love it.
My guy from Jersey is still on the board. Let's go. Sorry, I got a big draft crush on this kid right here.
Tell us about him. Tell us about him.
Man, I mean, you guys can see it right here. This guy is good, man. The one thing that I worry about with this guy is being consistent. It's always the issue with him, but he's got the size, he's got the speed, he's athletic as hell, and he plays with a really, really good motor. He consistently gets after the quarterback. I couldn't tell you any of his stats. It's just when you watch this kid at Syracuse, he is out there and he's doing his thing. It's more than flashes, right? It's let's give him some more opportunity just to see how good he actually is going to be. They have here for his strengths length, athleticism, first step quickness, motor, competitive toughness, physical tools, development trajectory, pass rush upside, pursuit edge setting potential. He's got everything you want, especially if you're looking at a guy all the way in the 7th round, man. And you guys see that Raz over there is 9.3. This guy is someone that I really, really like. Plus, he's from Jersey. You guys know how I go to bat for my Jersey guys. I mean, that was later, though. That was later on. I thought that this guy could go in the 5th round. I have a much higher grade on him than the 7th round pick. I thought this guy is going to be someone that comes off the board in the 5th round, honestly. But we'll see how it plays out for him.
I have a 5th round grade on him too. So like this is a home run pick. Like Sam Williams, the guy that the Cowboys got, he had all the legal issues, but that's that type of burst, speed, size off the link. He's prototypical. I would love that pick here. What was there somebody else, Tony, that you saw? Because
I have a question. Maybe you can answer this question. We scroll down a little bit, Mike. All right, stop. All right, at the Georgia kid. All right, Chaz, what's his name? Chambliss,
yeah.
Chambliss. He leads Georgia in sacks.
Chambliss.
6.5. All you hear is Mikael Williams and Walker. Why don't we hear anything about this kid? Is it because of the surrounding talent around him that's giving him the ability to have this type of production? Because I like Mikael Williams. I'll keep it real with you. Because he flashes an ability that a lot of defensive ends have a tough time doing, and that's setting a strong edge. Especially the way they align him. They use him as a 5 technique, a 4 technique, in a 3-4 front with him and Walker standing up on the outsides. And this guy still makes noise. But for some strange reason, this dude leads the team in sacks, and all the big name guys don't. I just find that amazing that no one is talking about him.
I like Chaz. The problem is whenever I was starting my write-up on him, he just screamed outside linebacker in a 3-4, so I stopped my write-up on him. But like 6'2", 31-inch arms, like that's not like he's not built prototypically. Now, in that system, he did have a lot more, but again, where is he lining up? You see him coming off the edge a whole lot. He's not doing the 4-eye, the 5 head up and all that stuff. And so he's a little bit more of an off-ball linebacker blitzer type, but you're right. The production is there. But when I was doing my write-up, I didn't even include him in my 340 because I was like, I don't think that this is going to be a guy on the Niners board. Doesn't mean I'm right. I didn't have Aaron Banks on my board because I was like, no way the Niners are going to draft a guy this big that can't move. And I was wrong. Should have drafted Creed Humphrey, but I digress. So, like, if this is your guy,
No. I'm not saying he's my guy. I just thought it was funny how he led the team in sacks and nothing was said about him and everything was those guys.
Yeah. So in the group chat, Tony's been asking us, how do you lead that team in sacks and you're ranked lower than all the other guys? And we were just trying to find out what was wrong with him. And it sounds like you figured it out. He's a tweener. So if that's the case, and they don't want to,
I think it's a combination of being a tweener and taking advantage of what's around you. Because let's face it, Mikael Williams repetitively was double teamed last year. If Jalen Walker committed to a side as an edge rusher, he was double teamed and chipped. So their defensive tackles, Stackhouse and Ingram Dawkins, I think his name was, he got jammed a couple of times. So it left this favorable situation and matchup for him where he was aligned wide almost as a 7-9 technique, and he was free to just go after the quarterback. So it was a product of the system and the design of the scheme. So that's where I'm at with it. But as far as this pick right here, Mike, if John's good with it and you're good with it, I would lock in Diggs as a piece going forward, as a rotational piece to develop, because there's no one else that you're going to get right now that has his type of, I'm not going to say, value and his skill set this late in this part of the draft.
Yeah, I've got a 5th round grade on Fadil. So, like, yeah, that's awesome that he fell. Colin Oliver's awesome. I have a 6th round. Batty, I have a 6th round. Like, there's guys that are here that I like a lot. But Fadil Diggs is definitely the prototypical, like, we got the big defensive end. Fadil is the speed pass rush. Like, I love the complementary forces, right? I want a big run stuffing defensive tackle and a pass rusher. I want a run stuffing defensive end and a pass rusher. Like, it fits. We're building with a purpose, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So is that where you got the final say?
Give me, dude. I want the East Camden, New Jersey, dude. Don't pull back on me now.
Let's go. Yes, baby. Yeah.
And I think that's it. I freaking love this
All
draft
right.
haul, man. I love this draft haul.
This
I
was
freaking love
absolutely
this.
incredible, man.
This should be an A+.
And I don't even like the second round pick, but I'm never comfortable with it. Like Jordan Birch, I like. Quality player, but I don't love him. Like that was a settle. I love Banks.
Right.
I love CJ West. I love Jacob Parrish. I love Chris Paul. I love Kyle Williams. Like there's a lot of love. Guys that we got. Jalen Connors in the 7th. Yeah, that's stupid. Fadil Diggs in 7th. Stupid. Like, yes, totally cool.
They did
I
not
love
like
this.
the Seth Hannigan pick, man. They did not. Okay, forget Seth Hannigan by name. Shouldn't the Niners be drafting a quarterback this year?
Every single year.
Okay.
Almost every single year.
That's it. Now, let me ask you, if the Niners don't pick a quarterback with their very last draft pick, are people going to start saying, oh, they think he's better than Purdy because look where they got Purdy? Like, is that what's going to happen? Are we going to be
Nobody
dealing
smart
with
will
stuff
say
like that? Okay. Oh. All right, Faithful, you heard it. You guys out there watching right
Sorry.
now.
I get
you
chippy.
better not
I
say it.
apologize. I apologize. Somebody
It's
smart
cool.
might
It's
say
cool.
that. I disagree with that statement.
All right, I'm going to put the final results up here one more time, man. I don't know how to. Oh, what is it? Copy image? Does that take a screenshot of the whole thing?
I believe
Or is it
so,
just
but
what's
I'm
on
not.
my screen.
I may not be a smart man, but I know about draft simulators. That's my
Your
best Forrest
picks.
Gump.
All right. Boom. It gave us our picks. John, I will send it to you. I'm going to make this an image later on. I'll somehow try to share this video with everybody. John, man, I want to thank you so much for jumping in. Tony, I know you got to go. We're going to get up out of here right now. John, man, anything else that you want to share with the folks before we get out of here? I want you to let them know where to find you one more time. Let them know your social media page and let them know what else you're working on, what you got coming up throughout the year, man.
Yeah, 49ers Rush, wherever you watch, listen, download, whatever format, support us. We go live pretty much every damn day, all year round. We are lunatics. It's a problem that we have. But, you know, our whole thing is build a better community, help your fan experience be better. We try not to be too negative, and I apologize sometimes whenever I get off on that tilt. But after 6-11, it's okay to be negative. Sometimes you shouldn't be complacent with that. But, man, shout out to you guys because I remember when I first met you, Mike, and I was like, dude, this is just the coolest damn thing in the world. And it's awesome. So I'm so thankful for the Trailblazers and, you know, you and Nick and so many greats that have just shown the path to whatever the hell this is that we're doing. But the amount of people and the opportunities I've had come at the, you know, because of you. So thank you guys so much for all you do for the community. And just anytime I get to be around you, I'm smiling. Like, I mean, shoot, I met your brother, I met your daughter. Like we've hung out in like 5-6 cities now. And we're adding another one this year because I'm coming to see
it going, baby. At least one more. That's right, baby. Tony, any final thoughts, man? Your thoughts on the draft and everything and how it shaped out? I know you got to get going, but what's up?
Yeah, no, it was a great draft. John, it was a pleasure doing this with you. I'd love to do something like this again. I know the draft is close, so I don't know if we'll be able to do it again. But, yeah, it was a great result. We all worked together with this draft class. It was good. And I just had a lot of fun. But, unfortunately, I have to get ready for work right now.
Go make that money, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Guys, that's going to do it for us here today. We want to thank you all for watching with us, man. Tony, we got to sign out because I don't know if John knows the sign out, but we got to show him how we do it over here at Nothing But Niners. All right, let's get up out of here. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful. He doesn't know it, man.
I don't know it.
He doesn't know it.
Mine stay
faithful,
strong,
guys.
faithful is what I always say. So we're close.
Yeah, you can see. We're all saying the same thing. That's right. Don't give up the hope, man. Stay faithful, man. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but. We them nothing but Niners.